Going on, everybody? Sunday, February 20th, 9:58 in the morning. We're going to do a little comparison here with some very similar charts. Left-hand side, we have CASPER. Right-hand side, we have hbar. So we are going to do a little bit of a breakdown here, and I'm going to show you some similar action, and what may be to come for CASPER could be quite mind-blowing. So let's start off on the left-hand side. We have CASPER. You can see up on the left-hand side of the screen, CASPER/USDT. We are on the tradingview.com website. So let's jump over to, let's work from the left to the right. So on CASPER, we have this massive initial wick from $64 down to 3 cents. That is quite mind-blowing. So we have this move down here in CASPER, and then we have a pretty strong move to the upside. And then we have what has been going on basically since August of 21, this choppy to sideways action with some higher prices and some lower prices in between, but basically a sideways consolidation. So we're going to compare this over to the hbar chart, and you'll see how very similar it is. So over here to hbar, again, we'll start to the left-hand side and work our way to the right. So we have this big move down, similar to CASPER on the left-hand side of the screen. Then we have that initial move up, and then to follow, which is this sideways consolidation. Of course, there is some choppy price action in between. But now if you take a step back and look at these two charts, and if you haven't already, you'll see how similar they are. And it's quite mind-blowing. And we're using hbar as a potential what is to come for CASPER in the coming months and weeks and even years ahead. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a zoom out on hbar. So CASPER is trading right now at 7.9 cents. And then over to hbar, what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out. And you can see that hbar has done something very interesting. hbar has made its moves already. So essentially, this arrow that I just drew on CASPER, pointing to the 7.98 cents, we think right here is where CASPER is sitting relative to hbar and its move. Now, will this play out exactly? So we see hbar, let me clean up this chart a little bit. We see hbar has made this move essentially where CASPER is now, up to the all-time high and then past it. Now, will we see CASPER make a move like that? Well, I obviously don't know. That would be quite incredible. But I wouldn't be surprised to see CASPER get up to areas like this. So if we see a similar move in CASPER with that break to the upside, I would not be surprised to see CASPER get back up to this $4 range, this $5 range. I think that is definitely reasonable and not too crazy of a thing to expect or even ask for here for CASPER. So this won't play out exactly, but it definitely could. So we'll see what happens here. We think we're sitting right here if we use CASPER as a comparison to hbar, and what came after that was this massive breakout to the upside, putting hbar, excuse me, basically at the high here of, let's see, that high was 24 cents and we're trading at 21 today, just shown over here. So if we did an exact move for CASPER like we did with hbar and we got back up to that all-time high, that would put us up to this super high wick up here in the $60 range, $65, $66 range. That would be quite incredible if something like that played out. But you can see that all we're doing here is taking the CASPER chart on the left-hand side of the screen, and on the right-hand screen, we have the Hedera hash graph, the hbar chart, and you can see how similar these charts are. And one, which is CASPER, has not broken out to the upside yet. And over on the right-hand side, hbar has made that move to the upside. So whether it gets CASPER back up to that $4 to $5 range, or whether it goes on a much larger move, perhaps a multi-year move to the $60 range, either way, that would be quite incredible. And if we're using hbar as any kind of map, any kind of trading roadmap, we can definitely expect much, much higher prices for CASPER to come. So you can lay the Fibonacci's down on the chart, or you can just take a very visual look here and compare the two and ask yourself, well, these charts look quite similar. Let's see what happens here, and time will tell. Obviously, this is not financial advice, and there is definitely no guarantee this will play out. But the play we're taking is we are quite long CASPER, and we will hold for much higher prices to come. So drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on CASPER. Go ahead and bring up the hbar chart. Take a look at it. Take a look at CASPER chart. Compare them. Let me know what you come up with down in the comments. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.